morning, friends. A very warm welcome to all of you. I think so. We can start now. We'll let other people join in as we continue with the session. So, of course, though Mayank sir over here needs no introduction to most of you. However, for all people who have joined us for the first time today, just wanted to take a few minutes to brief you about him. And then, of course, Mayank sir would come and continue with the session for today. So architect Mayank Barjatia is an architect and he's a building biologist. He has been associated with energy sciences, human energetics and quantum physics for past 25 years and has been practicing, consulting and teaching Vastu and energy sciences since then. His approach to this is extremely unique, and all the remedies which he incorporates or he suggests are all his own creations out of his own research and intuitiveness. 1998, Vastu World, under his flagship, has been offering rectification solutions to clients across the globe, and all his let me put it this way, all his solutions are extremely unique and personalized. So today's topic is again very interesting, and just let me give you a slight brief before I hand over the session to you. So basically today what we are talking about, the importance of Vastu Shiv Shastra in modern architecture. So how relevant is it in today's world? And do we actually need to change a few parameters or maybe incorporate certain things to bring about a positive change in the environment around us? The concept of building biology and its correlation to Vastu Shastra. So obviously, with the modernization, there are a lot of things which have changed. The external and internal environment, the air around us, the radiations that are emitted because of this usage of all the electronic gadgets around us, other pollutants. So it is extremely important that whenever we are talking about rectifications, we consider this when we are going to provide a holistic solution. So I will hand over the session to Mayank sir. He will talk about this in much more detail.
So I'm starting now with a specific, what I have already told you, what Vaishali has already explained to you, because there is something which is very important in today's context. What we are talking about, I think you can see the slide. I'll put it on full screen, so you all can see the slides. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is visible, Mayank.
Perfect. So I have specifically put here things in different format today. I am not a very keen person on doing things straight. So we are trying to do things inclined today, because I want to tell you that Vastu Shilpa Shastra and building biology is something which is straight, but you don't have to follow a specific pattern. Now, this is a big block. This is something which all of you and all of us need to learn together, that why we have created a blockage in the understanding of what Vastu Shilp Shastra and Vastu Shastra is, why there has to be straight line, why there has to be square, why do we have to follow something which is rigid and which is old. Now, why I'm telling you old is, these concepts have been derived, these vidhans, these formulas have been derived, have been introduced couple of thousand years back. Nobody has the exact record. There are references in Ramayana, Mahabharata, and there are a lot of references in Mayamatam, Mansara, Samragna Sutradhar. But at the end of the day, since last 20-25 years of my practice and experience, I see that things have been written by human. There is no God. And there are a lot of misinterpretation and interpretations. People have put their head, put their brains. There are a lot of amazing researchers, amazing scientists, and people who have the true knowledge. But as we see, it is always perception, it is always interpretation, it is always what your mind, what your chit, what your buddhi is putting into. So what is original, what is good, and what is true is only which we can learn and gain from experience. because knowledge is knowledge, wisdom is wisdom, gyan is gyan, and vigyan is vigyan. But till you don't use it and till you don't experience it, you don't find it connected to what you want. Anyways, so why I'm telling you about this is, what do we mean by modern architecture? Now building biology, vastu, shilpa shastra, all these norms have been old ages. So old ages reforms have to be has been made for old people, people who are following the same old context. We are living in a modern society, we are living in a society for 4G 5G, and things are moving around, and in couple of years you will see that you don't need yourself, everything is produced by technology. So there are ways. So technology has created a very different environment and different system for all of us, and this particular environment and this particular systems has different viewpoint. So is it right to follow the same thousands years back wisdom and knowledge without change, without making it relevant in today's context? Building biology is similar subject. What I did is I studied architecture in Pune, did my studies of building biology in Germany, studied human energetics in France, because architecture never teach you what is happening inside the body. You are designing people, homes for people, but you don't know who these people are. What are their prana? What are their analogy? What is their anatomy? What they want? What is their characteristic? So I studied that in Paris for a year, and then came back and started something called Vastu World, which is today inclined. Why? Because modern architecture is what? Architecture is to design buildings, create a shelter, create a enclosed four walls. So end of the day, whenever we are enclosed in a space, we feel comfortable, we feel secure. Secure from climate, secure from animals, secure from nature, and sometimes secure from each other. And that is what architecture is. And architecture is, there are a lot of things in architecture. I'm not going to teach you that. But today we are trying to understand that how Vastu Shilpa Shastra, building biology, which is a modern format or a contextual format of Vastu Shilpa Shastra, is relevant in today's architecture. And what are the parameters we want. Now I'm showing you what is modern architecture. Is this a modern architecture? Yes, it is. Do you feel good looking at these pictures? Yes, I feel excited. I feel wow. What is the form? What are the shapes? What are the elements the person has used? Amazing architects, Nobel Prize winners, Pritzker Prize winners, amazing people have designed this particular architecture, and it feels good. So is it a modern architecture, or is this a Vastu architecture? Now, when we talk about Vastu, do we understand that these contexts and these particular designs fit in Vastu? A Vastu consultant with a tika and a particular astrologer or a philosopher who has understood the old age norms will disapprove these architects. They will say, no, you can't live in this kind of homes. What is this? There are no shape, there is no north south, everything is cut. Northeast is cut, southwest is cut, this will happen, that will happen, emotionally things will happen, you will have accidents, people will die, people will have, irrespective of understanding the science of architecture, we pronounce, I'm also including myself, I'm not blaming anybody, we all start teaching, we start giving vigyan without knowing the gyan of it. We start propagating systems which we don't know. So what are these places? How these people live in these kind of awkward shaped buildings? Is these plans which I'm just showing you, modern architecture, organic shapes, are they interesting? Do we see anything in nature which is straight line? Do we see anything in our body which has been made in a very 90 degrees? There is definite symmetry. There is definite, organization. There is definite aesthetics. Aesthetics is also very important. I find all these buildings which I've shown you aesthetically wonderful. They look good. People feel happy. People enjoy the space, and that is what architecture is. So modern architecture is something which we need to understand in different perspective. And this modern architecture is Vastu architecture, and Vastu Shastra is something where you feel good, where you have a health, harmony, and happiness. And I have met people, I have interviewed, I have talked to them, I have measured energy with my instruments. Going to these homes which are organically shaped, which has curved shape, which has no symmetry, and it was wonderful. I found positive energies. People are happy. There are no diseases. There is no financial drains. There are no emotional issues. So what is changing? What has changed? What is this architecture all about, and why Vastu Shilpa Shastra, and why we need to follow a certain systems with the direction? Or is this direction north, south, east is only 5% of what Vastu Shastra has to talk about? So when we talk about Vastu Shilpa Shastra, we talk about Vastu as the building, Shilp as the human body or the form which is living inside the building, and the Shastra is the science. So space and the human body and the science of living compatible, living together, living in harmony, in synergy with the space is Vastu Shilpa Shastra, and that is what building biology talks about. And building biology is not a German concept and not an international system or not something which is outside us. It is about us. So when we talk about Vastu Shastra in India, Germans talks about biology or building biology, Americans talk about geomancy, Chinese talk about feng shui. Everybody has their own metaphor or a own contemporary and old rituals which they follow, which are vernacular, which have specific uh, old age tradition and heritage associated with, but there are no blockages. We need to open ourselves, we need to unblock, we need to go into a system where we try to see that architecture is architecture is where we feel happy, where we are laughing, where we are enjoying, children are growing, and there is health, happiness and harmony. But what are we doing today? We are indoor generation. We are generation who lives inside spaces, who like to create, connect to the environment, but we are indoor, and that is where we are now coming into. And this indoor generation, somebody has to switch off the. Okay, so we spend 90% of our time indoors. What we breathe indoors is an average 2.2 to 5 times more toxic than what is outside. Now, I'm not coming to the toxicity right now, but I just wanted to show you that we are indoor generation, and building biology has transformed the Vastu Shastra, which is mostly outdoor, which is mostly living with the nature, where you have shelters, you have buildings which are open, and climate and nature used to support you. But temperature in Pune yesterday was 39 degrees. It was difficult to stay. It was difficult to be outside in the sun with lot of pollution and lot of heat. So we need spaces which are different, and that's why we live indoors. But living indoor is not wrong. Living indoor is to connect yourself and make yourself comfortable. Understand, create a climatological, have your air conditions, temperature set to the biological temperature where you feel good. And that's what architecture is. So why we cannot include the modern concept and modern technology into Vedic Vastu Shilpa Shastra, and what are the precautions we need to take? So if you do anything over, if you do anything over, which we call overdo, we have a lot of things, a lot of comfortability, a lot of things coming in, and then we create toxins. So Vastu Shilpa Shastra has been invented thousands of years back when there were no toxins, there were no electromagnetic radiation, there were no high tension line going just a stone throw from your window. There were no Wi-Fi. There were no tower on your overhead. So what are these things? These are technological. So we need to understand. We need to create a balance. That's what we are going to be talking today. So I just gave you the references and interferences of making you understand that Vastu Shilpa Shastra is something which is conscious, which is working on your body, which is part of your life. And building biology advances it. Building biology adds on. It's an add-on system. And health is not the basic, you know, what we are trying to understand is enjoyment. Built environment are the spaces where we live, where we work, where we connect ourselves. But in these modern technology system, we are overdoing things. We are trying to reduce the environmental and architectural concept into building with technology. So architecture is also losing in this whole process of modernization. Architecture is losing its own context. Buildings have become machines, and machines are ultimately machines. They don't understand the human energies. So architecture from Vastu Shilpa Shastra, we advanced it into building biology. In the same way, we bought the architecture, which was an amazing architecture, into technological architecture with modern shapes and form, which is computer generated, which has a lot of, which is worked on the stimulation software. But are we losing something else in between? So we need to read between the lines. We need to understand this transition from age-old concept, from using traditional building material, from using basic comfortability of architecture, we have transformed into the modern concept of technological architecture, which is smart city and smart concepts. But are we losing the human connect? Are we trying to disconnect ourselves? And this is what we are missing in the old age Vastu Shilpa Shastra. So I tell all my old age friends and Vastu consultant and astrologers and pandits, sir, you are absolutely right. You have bought in the prana, you have bought in the old age reforms, but technology has disregarded it. So only in from Vastu Shilpa Shastra in building biology, if we use the heritage and culture and energy part and remove the blockages of shapes and north, south, east, west, we come into building biology, which is a true architecture, and what is and this is what Vastu World talks about. So when we are living in these kind of spaces, what happens to you? You are ultimately suffering. You are suffering. How you are suffering? Why? Because first the architecture, your external body is your space. So your space start communicating and giving you negative vibration. Your physical body, your skin, which is the biggest organ in the body, start taking these vibration in. Then you start touching things. When you start touching things, the next sense is the dusri indriya start working on your body, from your body, and we start getting vibrations, touch vibration, visual vibration, sound vibration, smell vibration from the technological gadgets we are having around us. So as soon as the skin and all the sense organs start taking the vibrations of technology around us, what we do is we disintegrate our energetic body, because our external body, which is your etheric body, is now suffering. It is trying to protect you. It is trying to tell you that, look, your physical body is still away. Take care of yourself. But we don't. We keep the Wi-Fi on 24/7. We need 4G, we need 5G, we need 100, 150 Mbps speed every minute, and we have our phones around us. Technology and the etheric body is suffering. Because of technology, etheric body is suffering. Etheric body start communicating with the physical body. Physical body start disintegrating, and the energetic body start feeling suffocated. As soon as the energetic body start feeling suffocated for a long time duration, days and years and months, the inside organic body starts surrendering. And as soon as the organic body starts surrendering, your organs are getting weak. Now your immunity has gone down. You are susceptible to disease. You are susceptible to heart attacks, asthmas, allergies, so many things. And this is because we are sensitive people. We are human with prana. Architecture used to be human with prana. Now architecture has lost the prana concept. And that is where we are trying to reach now. And that is what I wanted to tell you. So understand the transition, understand how we need to balance ourselves. We cannot go in jungles, we cannot live in huts, we cannot live in houses made up of rammed earth and thatch roof, because climatologically it is difficult. Yes, unless if you have a right architect, right natural architect, like natural builder who can make homes from mud and thatch, definitely you can live. But it is difficult, it is not practical, and it is technologically not balancing your thoughts, because you want to stay in the city, and city life cannot let you help with these things. So natural architecture with bamboo, rammed earth, mud, cob, so many natural thing, grass is good, but what will happen? They don't have the strength to absorb, they don't have a strength to insulate these negativity which is coming from outside. And that's why we're looking today toxicity. And this toxicity is what is happening inside us, and that's where we are trying to create a diseased or create uncomfortable, unhealthy body. And that is where we need to use architects with the knowledge of building biology has to understand that everything which is coming out of the body, which is reaching to the body, coming out of The environment and reaching to the body is intangible. You cannot see. You cannot see the radiations coming out of the mobile phone or a body scanner or a bag scanner or anything which is there. We live in homes and disease live in us. We are living in proximity to the technology, and we are living so connected to it that we are losing the overall intent of we being ourselves. So these pictures are just to show you, just to tell you that electrical fields around us, children studying online. Can you believe this? First of all, teacher is difficult to communicate properly through the online channel. And secondly, nobody is bothered that children are connected. They are just couple of meters, let's say half a meter or 2 feet or 1 feet away from computers. And what are these computers made up of? And what are these phones? Most of us are using Wi-Fi and looking at videos and YouTube. What are we doing? We don't know what we are doing because our body is not designed for these radiations. There is no system, there is no philosophy which has been developed in tuning the body energies, bioenergies to shield yourself. You cannot put anything inside. You cannot put a vaccine into your blood so that you become electro protected. There is no vaccine made like this. We are looking at viruses. Viruses are going to come and go. But these viruses, which are electromagnetic in nature, are going to be living with us because we are living in them. Okay, so how it is going to be affecting? It is affecting in your harmonic cycle. It is going to affect your next generation. It is going to affect your DNA and genes because genetically we are becoming modified. So many things are happening. So many things are happening. We need to stop this. We need to stop somewhere, and architecture can help. Architecture and building biology can help letting these negativity come inside your homes. It is very difficult, and right now it is impossible to reduce and tell the government or tell the agencies we don't want 5G, we don't want 2G, we don't want internet. It is impossible. We have reached that stage where we are dependent on the technology. But when you sleep inside your home, when you work in your offices, at least you can protect yourself, at least you can shield yourself, and that is what we are talking about. And not only the internet, not only the the design of radiation which are coming because of things happening outside the house or Wi-Fi inside homes. We have faulty designs because architecture is not understanding that building biology and Vastu Shilpa Shastra has been defined and designed specifically to make you happy, healthy, and harmonious. The healthy part is missing. Nobody talks about health into space, health from the space. And we are looking at green buildings. We are talking of sustainability. We are talking for next generation. What about me? I am going to die today. I don't want to save things for my children, and my children will be unhappy that if my father or my parent have been dead because they want me to live in a sustainable home. No, it's not like that. Take care of yourself first. And to take care of yourself, you need to understand that designs, architecture, and buildings have to be sustainable with respect to health. Health is a major criteria. So why don't we teach architecture with main concentration on health of the living being living inside the homes? Because this client and this builder and this developer is paying you money, and you are a developer, you are an architect, you are a construction person. Look, try to make him healthy. You're giving him happiness by making amazing homes, architecturally beautiful. You're giving him harmony because relationship is developing. Everybody loves their space. But what about health? Everybody is becoming sick. Architecture now and in future is going to be the major component of concern with respect to health. Molds, fungus, bacteria, so many things. Our interior designers are incapable to access it. You don't know what is happening above your fall ceiling. You don't know what is happening below your carpet. There is the microorganism. There is a world of rats and rodents and microorganism, molds, fungus. You go to and do your allergy test, and you will find that most of the allergies happening is, the test is giving is because of environment, because of the places where you're living in. We need to learn this. We need to expose ourselves. There are systems, there are ways, and we try to make people aware. At Vastu World, we try to tell Vastu Pandits, Vastu architects, basic architects, interior designers that look beyond what you can see. There are a lot of intangible things. and these intangible things works on an intangible body, which is prana, which is making you, which is letting you breathe. So prana is inside. I am making comfortable homes for my physical body, but what about my energy body? You can't ask your client to close his eyes for 2 hours every day and meditate. You can't ask your client to do yoga every minute, every second, every time he's feeling bad, or he needs it, because he needs it every minute. So let's do something different. So let's try to make it more energetic. तो क्या हम हमारे घर को और हमारे स्पेसेस को जिसको हम डिजाइन करते हैं उसको ऐसा बनाएं कि घर में रहने के बाद, if I'm living in that space, I am doing meditation myself because house is letting me do it. So I am working and I am meditating. I am walking and I am doing yoga. So can we do systems like this? So can we do something to make our energetic body happy and comfortable using architecture, using building as a medium? And that's what building biology talks about. ओके तो इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. सिक बिल्डिंग सिंड्रोम एक बहुत बड़ा कंपोनेंट है. जो सिक बिल्डिंग सिंड्रोम है वो आपको बीमार करता है, घर आपको बीमार करता है, और ये कॉमन फटीग, क्रोनिक, there are so many things I don't want to talk about. Go to Google it and see how buildings are making you sick, and you will get 10,000 things. But how do you correct it is very important. Spaces doesn't let you work. You're sleepy, you're lethargic, you're losing the whole intent, because houses and walls and spaces are made up of toxic chemicals, and we need to work on these things. And what are the solutions? इन सब प्रॉब्लम्स, इन सब बीमारियों का जो हमें घर के थ्रू मिलती है और हमारे चक्रास को डिसलाइन करती है, उसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है? क्योंकि हम तो इंडोर जनरेशन है. इंडोर जनरेशन को सॉल्यूशन इंडोर ही चाहिए. You can't tell me that you take your laptop and sit under the tree and work for 6 hours a day. I cannot. I have my limitations. You cannot ask your children to not to use tabs and Wi-Fi gadgetries and iPads and mobile phones, because they are hooked to it, because they have seen you getting hooked to all these technology, and when you are doing yourself, you cannot say no to them. So what are we trying to do? What are we trying, and what is the solution? And this is what we need to work upon. And here Vastu World comes into picture.
Hello.
We have system. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So building biology is what I am trying to introduce you today. Is there an issue? Somebody can hear me? Somebody wants to say something in between? Okay. So let's continue. And if there is any issue, you can raise your hand, or just speak in between and tell me if you're not able to listen to me. So building biology है क्या? शरीर के अंदर चक्रास को डिसलाइन, चक्रास को अलाइन करने के लिए, हमारे प्राण शक्ति को स्फूर्ति देने के लिए, प्राण शक्ति को बढ़ाने के लिए एक साइंस, एक सिस्टम है जो वास्तुशिल्प शास्त्र ने हजारों साल पहले हमें बताया था. उसको हमने समझा नहीं, हमने ब्लॉक कर लिया अपनी थिंकिंग को. हमने मॉडर्न एजुकेशन, आर्किटेक्चर एजुकेशन एज still following the British paradigm, and Britishers are the people who never wanted Indian culture and Indian science to grow. So in architecture, एक वास्तुशिल्प शास्त्र, वास्तु विधियां, आर्किटेक्ट को वास्तुविद कहा जाता है, इस वास्तु में से उन्होंने हटा दिया. उन्होंने साइंस ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी, अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्राण शक्ति, इंप्रूविंग स्पेसेस विद योर ओन बॉडी एंड द नेचर को हटा दिया, और हम वही आर्किटेक्चर आज पढ़ रहे हैं. बिल्डिंग बायोलॉजी हमें बताता है, बिल्डिंग बायोलॉजी टीचर्स अस एंड टेल्स यू दैट गो बैक, टेक द गुड पॉइंट्स, इंप्रूव योर लाइफ, टेक द मॉडर्न कंसेप्ट फ्रॉम मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी, अंडरस्टैंड आर्किटेक्चर फ्रॉम एमिनेंट आर्किटेक्ट लाइक बीवी दोशी सर, जाहा हदीद, फ्रैंको गहरी. Amazing architects. They have used different shapes, different technologies, but their houses are full of prana. So don't follow certain things which are not rigid, which is not valid and rigid. Take some component from Vastu Shilpa Shastra, utilize some component from building biology, and create your own synergy of in today's context, and that is what Vastu World is. Okay? So ये science of energetic and healthy spaces है building biology. हम बिल्डिंग बायोलॉजी को रिफॉर्म कर रहे हैं बिकॉज हमने वास्तु शास्त्र की जर्मन अंडरस्टैंडिंग को थोड़ा सा ट्यून किया है हमारे वैदिक सिस्टम के साथ, बिकॉज बिल्डिंग बायोलॉजी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट बिल्डिंग्स व्हिच आर सोललेस. वास्तु शिल्प शास्त्र टॉक्स अबाउट बिल्डिंग व्हिच हैज सोल, व्हिच हैज प्राणा. So take a concept of healthy building architecture from German and from French systems, put in our Vedic prana life into the architecture and create a space with an amazing synergy. And that is what we do. So create and understand the part, understand the aspects, because we have lost connectivity. So it is today's understanding. Vastu Shilpa Shastra is building biology, and building biology is talking about biology. Vastu Shilpa Shastra is talking about Shilpa, human body. Don't remove the body. Lot of time people call me to their home. आप वास्तु कंसल्टेंट है, हमारा घर देखने आइए. मैं बोलता नहीं, मुझे घर नहीं देखना है, मुझे आपको देखना है. आप मेरे ऑफिस आइए. I will measure your energies through your body. I will find out और आपके sleep से
Sorry, I can't hear you. My disturbance. Please.
बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है, बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है.
I can't hear you.
There is a major disturbance. Mayank, can you please look into it?
Yes, I am looking into it already.
Hi.
One person has switched off the mic. I don't know the name of this person. Okay, perfect. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Somebody is traveling or somebody has a drilling machine operating in his room.
I'm muted. So.
No issues. So where was I? I was talking about Vastu Shilpa Shastra is building, and I am talking about building biology is the prana, and that is where we need to reconnect ourselves and remove certain things, certain things which are not valid in today's context. Okay, so this is where we are talking about. Some of the slides are from the old presentation, so you can see the things below, but ignore it. Now, when we talk about prana, when we talk about how building biology is trying to make you understand that there is a healthy building system which can take care of these negativities, these radiations coming from outside, there is also a science in India which is spiritual. So spiritual architecture is one of the biggest aspects of building biology in Vastu world. In Vastu world, through the understanding of body, prana and health, we have tried to use the spiritual part, the spirit part, which is something very different. And the spiritual part is also getting disturbed by this electromagnetic radiation because it disintegrates your chakras. Okay, so this is where we are trying to go ahead and tell you about what building biology architecture is and what exactly the science tells us. So we need to respect the environment, we need to respect our human body, and also we need to design buildings which has souls, design building and spaces which are continuously reverberating, vibrating with our own vibrations. So your house is reflection of your own body, because if you see, you are extended your shadow. You go to anybody's house, look into the house, and you will find a characteristic of a person who was living in this house or who is living there, because buildings tells you about the characteristic, the behavioral pattern, the living pattern and lifestyle of a person. So person is very important. And who is this person? This person is the person which has soul, which has atma, which has a spirit. So why can't we design building with souls? Why there are systems which we don't follow? What does a building biologist do? So now we are coming to the solution part. We are trying to make you understand that yes, there are problems, there are issues, there are defects, there are certain things which we have not taken from our old age reforms and thoughts, but we need to reinvent ourselves, we need to reorganize ourselves, and a building biologist is going to help you. So you go to a doctor when you have a problem in your body, when you have a issue in your house, with electricity, you go to a electrical guy, you don't go to a plumber or a dentist. When there is a problem somewhere else, you look for a specialist. So why don't we look at a specialist? Why don't we look at the problem which is affecting our body? So you have a headache, you don't sleep for 1 day, 2 days, you go to a doctor. You take a paracetamol, crocin, anacin, and aspirin and sleep well. Next day again you take a medicine. But what are you doing? Why don't you look around the house? Why don't you see where is the core? Is बीमारी का, इस तकलीफ का सूत्र क्या है और ये कोर किधर से आ रहा है, और ये सूत्र कहीं छुपा हुआ है हमारे स्पेसेस में. Or architect or building biologist who has the knowledge, who has the machines, who has the system to measure, can detect the problem and your doctor's bill can be reduced. आपको हर बीमारी के लिए डॉक्टर के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि 76% of the problem happening inside the body is from outside the body. And what is outside the body? We live in the environment, we live in the four walls. Okay, so Vastu, architecture and building biology needs to be integrated in a different way, where we look at the health aspect and go to a specialist. We have tried to integrate it. We have tried to bring in a lot of technologies from all over the world. We have a lot of association where I am learning myself still. I understand that I have only, since last 25 years, I only know 5% of what this huge environment, ये ब्रह्मांडिक एनर्जी, ये जो ब्रह्मांडिक वाइब्रेशन है, इसमें से 5% भी मुझे नहीं आता है, और मुझे सीखने की बड़ी इच्छा रहती है. That's why I learn, I go and I make my teachers my mentors. So I have amazing mentors and teachers, and we are all learning from each other, and we are all, trying to understand these vibrations. So there are certain things which I wanted to show you. Now I'm coming to the conclusive part of making you understand that what building biology has done to us and where are we actually. So you can see few of these videos. I'm not sure if you can see it or it is working. I have done measurements. I have done measurements in spaces. You can see the tower there. The tower is there. Ignore the sound what I'm speaking, but see the machine. This machine is measuring, and this is in Bombay, one of the most expensive area of Bombay, Worli, and people have made homes, and the machine is showing something which is beyond the limit of the machine. And these machines, so we have different machines, E-small span, 30B. I can show you some of them later when we talk about it. But these videos tells you that we are living in radiative fields, and these radiative fields can be shielded by using different shielding materials, shielding paints. So there is a technology shielding, because building biology has been invented by Germans, and they know the technology is going to be lasting forever. They have also invented and talked about solutions to this. What are the solutions to this particular problem, and how do we exactly work on this? So these machines I have few more videos which is similar, which tells you that these are the radiative fields coming from outside, inside, and there are antennas which shows you that vibrations cannot be protected by just architectural windows and grills and glasses. You need spatial treatment, spatial systems, because these radiations are 4G. These radiations are very difficult and dangerous. Okay, so we are talking about shielding. Stopping this. We are all working now. Okay, so I'm also showing you a few of the snippets from our Pune city, where you can see a flyover where there is building. This is a very Koregaon Park bridge in Pune, which has so many towers. Think about people living inside these homes, and what are the solutions? What do we need to do? So these are specific paints, specific systems which we follow in building biology, treatment and solutions, which are technology based, but they are also working on human energetics, because Germans, when they worked on the problems, they also understood that there is a specific kind of comfort a human body needs. So they have created film, they have created carpet, they have created wallpaper, they have created mesh, or they have created paints, which will only shield the radiation coming in, but will not affect the environment. So true architecture, natural architecture will not be hindered. Air, wind, 5 elements from the nature will enter, but the radiation will be blocked, and this is something what we need to do. As I've told you, when we work on the human energies, we understand the biological aspect of the body and correlate with the architecture. We talk about electric, magnetic, electromagnetic radiation. We talk about 9 directions. We talk about 5 elements. That's why I try to understand the body first, then the architecture, because architecture can be tuned according to the body, but you cannot change the body. Body is fixed. It has been created by God. The environment is built by us. So built environment need manipulation and changes. That's why architects and architectural community, people who are into design field, people who are Vastu consultant, healers, need to understand that environment has to be made compatible to the human body. It is very difficult for human body to be change and tune to what environment is made up of. Okay, so the process has to be totally changed, and this is what I am trying to make you understand. We analyze, we try to understand each and every aspect of the body, and this is where the whole process of learning needs to be modified, and we try to help people, because we see that there are so many things happening, there are so many issues happening with the well-being and happiness. Irrespective, you have amazing decorated homes with air purification plants, everything has been taken care of with light, ventilation, nature, but there is a laptop, but there is a Wi-Fi, there is a radiation which we are not looking into, and these radiations are dangerous. People need us. We as an architect, we are end user, we are the consultant, we are the guides, and people need us. That's why we need to take care of these spaces in a very different way, and that is where your expertise come into picture. Learn from us, learn yourself, but take care of require issues, because building biology is required everywhere. I'm very happy to say that because of one of my dear friend, Mr. R.K. Gupta, and his team of PhD, we gave a presentation, and people, Rajasthan Housing Board has told publicly, and the IS officer has told me that he needs to put me into his auditing team of making homes for MLAs and making homes for people living there, Housing Board. And Rajasthan Housing Board soon will have a building biologist empaneled in their own system. And this is something which we need to do. This is something we need to tell to the world, that upgrade themselves. We need to tell them, grow in understanding about your environment. You have grown multifaceted in technology. We have grown tremendously, but architecture is missing something. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to make you understand. So we are human. Building biology is your key element. Try to respect it, try to understand, and communicate with us. Try to be part of us. We are opening our hands, we are inviting you, because we are trying to change how people think about buildings, and we need support. We need all of you to communicate with us. We have different systems, different processes where we can help you online, we can help you, that we have online teaching processes, and all these things can be very simply learned. Technology is already there, systems are already there, experience is already there, and I welcome you all to join this Vastu World community, to help others, to help yourself, and to help your loved ones. Thank you and namaste. So, should we open the house, Brushali?
Yes, sir.
So we are happy to see all of you, and I'm happy to answer. I'm sure I have evoked some thoughts in your mind with certain new things, or certain old things have been reorganized.
Mayank, very good presentation. I'm Ashok Sachdev here.
Yes, Ashokji, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Very well expressed, and I think it couldn't be better.
Thank you.
I would like to know that what are the systems would you like to use in case the electromagnetic radiations of transformers is there, say 33 kV transformer is there. So
yeah,
we have subscriptions near it. So how do we work on that?
Something which I missed. I was too engrossed. I have certain things on my table which has to be shown to you. So these are the paints. These are the shading paints. You need to put these paints on the wall inside, and these are the films. These are the normal films, but they are electrically charged. They have electrical wiring, and they have magnetic components, carbon components in these films. So for the windows, you need to put the film from inside, and for transformers, for radiative things coming from generators, You need to put a particular paint which comes from Weisshield, Germany, and we use this. We will guide you how to do it. But this is a very simple process. You just have to paint it on the existing paint and re-put your another paint on top of it. Simple.
And does it contain graphene or something like that?
Yes, it contains graphite and carbon. And these machines, there are different machines which are there, which I've shown you on the video. With these machines, you can actually check before and after. We also give these machines on rent to our students and our people who want to use it. They can take it because these are some expensive machines which are difficult to get it from Germany. You can take it and give it back, do the measurement before and after. And this is something which is tangible. This is not intangible. Radiations are tangible. You can measure them. Use these paints and take care of. So it's not important that you need to paint the whole home. Just paint that wall which is radiating, and you can measure with these machines.
Besides this, any other system is there?
See, there are a lot of other systems, which are intangible in nature. So I have just designed a new product which we call biosymbol for cars. Now, your car is also an electromagnetic radiating machine. You sit in the car with Wi-Fi. So we have created a new product which works on the science of scalar, and there are certain information put here which are biogeometry and biosymbols, and you put it in your car. It's a small product, and the car will definitely have Wi-Fi and internet car, but it will shield you. These are intangible solutions which also is as useful as these paints. But these paints are tangible, they work on technology. These paints are for spiritual understanding, prana, and make your body strong enough to fight. It will not stop the radiation coming in, but it will shield you internally. Okay, that's why it is internal environment and external environment.
Okay.
Yeah, Mayank, is a very good presentation. Excellent. My question is this: when we are facing of the house, is the south side. So it is a problem in this when we want to sell it, but some objection from the client, no customer. They are not south facing is not good. Their side.
No.
What can I do?
What I told you, Harji, listen to me. All the directions are good. Your facing of nose and facing of ear is different, but that doesn't mean the nose and ear is a weakness. So all directions are good. It is only the dilemma in the mind which has been put by you that south facing is wrong. South facing is not wrong, because south facing require a difficult internal planning, because you want to have a kitchen in southeast and master bedroom in southwest. So as soon as you enter, how do you do it? So architects are losing the intent of understanding. ये डायरेक्शन जो है ना हरजीत सिंह, ये 5% है. 95% वास्तुशास्त्र में बिल्डिंग्स है. आप आपके क्लाइंट को आपके
problem in this when we want to sell it, nobody want to interested to buy this building south due to south facing. What can I do?
नहीं वो solutions अलग हैं, वो हम आप मेरे को ड्राइंग भेजो, मैं बताऊंगा. बट लोगों को बताओ कि साउथ फेसिंग भी अच्छा होता है.
This is a problem in Punjab, in whole this almost 90% people are looking at south facing is not good. So this is a big problem.
बात करनी पड़ेगी हरजी. We are architect, we are technical people. We need to remove this blockage which has been put by uneducated pundits and people who don't understand architecture.
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
Okay, yes, tell me.
Hello.
हाँ जी.
Hello, good evening, sir. Hello.
चारों दिशाएं अच्छी है. All the 4 direction is good. Even south and west is better.
Yes.
We have seen so many business people and others. They are growing like anything. Depend upon where is your entrance gate is coming. Only that.
Right. So perfect, जीवन जी. आपने सही बात बोली है. North, south, east, west चारों दिशाएं अच्छी होती हैं. कोई दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे?
I have
yeah, can you hear me, sir? I want to tell you something.
Yes, please, one by one.
Yeah, I'm engineer Suresh from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Actually, one of the builders said that that south facing building is not so, because I'm also a builder and I'm also constructing houses. In general, north and east automatically in default all the Vastu will be accommodated. But south face and west face will be a little bit difficult. But so if I construct the south face, if the client interested why it is like that, why that is like that, I will how I am managing the client there. Okay, whatever the vastu may be, if you are buying the house and if you are staying, even you are designing the house with the world number one Vastu Shastra Panditji, if the people whoever is living in the house, it should be very quite normal because the husband and wife should be love each other. They should be faith each other. The husband should do the business in a very healthy manner. If you are doing like that, you will be prosperous will automatically come to you. If you are doing the house, if you did your house in number one Vastu Panditji, if you are doing illegal business or if you are not close each other, your Vastu will not work. So I will approach the client like that. Am I correct? So whatever it may be, whatever is whoever is going to live there, they should be love each other, they should be faithful to each other, and they have to do the hard work. Automatically, all the good faith will come to them. If they are doing illegal business and they are not good each other, whatever the vastu may be, it will not be work. So this is the final statement I usually give to my client. Am I right, sir?
I need to, sir, listen to me. This is not a Vastu seminar. We are talking about architecture and building biology. I understand what you're saying. You're saying is what from the Vedic script and Vedic are misinterpreted. I don't agree to the points of non-technical understanding of auspicious and unauspiciousness. Yes, we can definitely discuss later on without this forum. आपसे मैं बात करूंगा. So let's talk about something which is relevant to the topic and people are waiting for. Okay? So आप आपका नंबर मुझे chat box पे दे दीजिए sir, and I will talk to you, Mr. Vijay.
Hello.
Okay? Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, this is Deepika.
Yes, Deepika.
Sir, I had a question around the equipment you said we can use in a radiating room or on the radiating wall. So,
Yes.
just to understand, it might be a basic question. These equipments or the paint or the film, do they absorb the radiations?
No. These are made of, there is certain graphite and carbon, and there is a specific electrical mash. What we do is we need to earth this paint. What we do,
Okay.
so they don't absorb. The paint absorb the radiation of high frequency, low frequency, and then earth it. Each and every paint, each and every wall needs earthing component.
Okay.
So the paint actually is the absorber of the radiation, but doesn't dissipate itself. It has to be earthened.
All right. So, even our human bodies, as human bodies, aren't we absorbers as well? Because we are usually on the earth and we are earthed.
Yes, we are.
Just asking, sir.
No, you are right. We are absorbing certain radiation, but how much you are earthened is very important. Because most of the time we are wearing slippers and sleepers. We are living on vitrified floors. We are living on concrete homes. We are not very lucky to live on natural earth. And
Absolutely.
one of my friends, Satyendra Bhagat, is here. He makes houses with earth. So if we are lucky to have even an architect and live in the earth, live with the earth, then we definitely don't need these paints at all because we are already protected. According to NASA, cow dung is the amazing insulator. So if you put cow dung in mud, it was there in our old age homes. हमारे पुराने घरों में मिट्टी का लेप लगाते थे. रोज रात को सुबह हाउसवाइफ लेप लगाती थी, का थोड़ा लिक्विड डाल के या गौमूत्र डाल के. तो वो क्या करती थी? वो रेडिएशन प्रूफ करती थी. अब जर्मन ने उसके प्रोडक्ट बना दिए. क्योंकि अब आप गौमूत्र और गोबर अपने घर में लगा नहीं सकते. आपके बच्चे भाग जाएंगे छोड़ के. Because we can't smell those things. We don't know how the technology is. So talking is absolutely right. Human body health, the spiritual intent is there, but we are over. And certifications are 5G. 5G is like, animals and plants burn. So think about
Yeah.
human body. What are we going to do? Yes, Satyendra
So
wants
with
to say
these,
Sir, I have
with
a
these,
question.
with
yes, yes, Deepika,
just last
please.
thing, sorry, last thing. With these equipments and techniques, can we, like, the delta of our absorbing it versus the equipment's absorbing is huge, if I'm understanding it correctly.
You're right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Call me to the site. I use these machines, show them, put the paints and come back.
And there's a huge delta.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is a
Is there
difference.
any
That's why people need it. Okay,
Now, Mayank,
Satyendra.
sir, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Mayank, sir.
Yes,
I
Deepika.
wanted to know, is there any device, Mike? Is there any device we can measure the absorption of radiation by the human body? Means that person is suffering any frequency in our H3 gold antenna and all that. So we
Yes.
know that
Yes,
before
yes.
and after effect on that.
Yes, yes. We have electrostress meters. Electrostress meters is not here, but we have a product. You can go online and check. Through electrostress meter, you can measure. Through eSmog Spine, also you can measure how much radiation body is absorbing. And you switch off the fan, switch off the electrical light, and again measure with the electrostress meter, and you will see the natural tendency of body of electro absorption is less. People who are walking outside the home barefoot, you measure electrostress to them, and people sitting inside the home under the TV or under the fan or next to the TV or computer, you measure the electrostress sitting on the chair, same place with all the equipments are on, you will find a lot of difference. Okay, so we have machines to understand that our body is becoming antenna, we are absorbing it, and then from organs to energy to the disease, and disease to the problems. Okay.
Yes,
Can
Mayank.
we say,
Yeah,
say
one
something?
question.
Yes, Satyendra.
Right. Yeah, shall I ask?
थोड़ा सा अलग क्वेश्चन है
हाँ, बोलो सत्येंद्र।
अपना डिस्कशन। हाँ, थोड़ा अलग क्वेश्चन इसलिए, जैसे आपने शुरू में कहा कि जो पर्सन वहां पे रह रहा है उस घर में, उसकी एनर्जी और उस घर की एनर्जी दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन होता है, जो उसका एक हेल्थ जो है वो घर का डिफाइन करता है। तो जो घर बनाने के लिए जो कंसल्टेंट होते हैं, वो कंसल्टेंट का, जैसे मेरे दिमाग में सवाल हमेशा आता है कि अगर मेरे घर में पूजा है, तो पूजा बताने वाला जो गुरुजी है, उसकी अगर एनर्जी पॉजिटिव है तो वो पूजा ज्यादा पॉजिटिव होगी, अगर उसकी एनर्जी खुद की निगेटिव है तो पूजा उतनी सफल नहीं होगी शायद। ये थॉट है, वेरी इंटेंजिबल थॉट है, लेकिन वास्तु कंसल्टेंसी में अगर मैं किसी का आर्किटेक्ट हूँ और वो घर बना रहा हूँ, तो मेरी वो घर की, जो घर डिजाइन हो रहा है उस घर की और उस पर्सन की जिसके लिए घर बना रहा हो, तीनों की कंबाइंड एनर्जी है, अगर उसको हम ऑडिट करके, उसको एस्टिमेट करके अगर हम कुछ उसमें करेक्शन करना चाहते तो वो भी सिस्टम कभी फॉलो होती है क्या?
यू आर राइट सत्येंद्र, बहुत अच्छी बात कही आपने। पुराने समय में स्थापति घर खुद बनाता था, वो खुद हाथ से घर को डिजाइन करके उस घर में रहता था, कर्ता के साथ, उसके क्लाइंट के साथ। क्लाइंट और स्थापति और वास्तु पंडित और वास्तु शास्त्री, जो उसको वास्तुशिल्प कहते हैं हम लोग, वो पर्टिकुलरली पार्ट होता था घर के, और वो डिजाइन करता था, क्योंकि वो स्थापति यूज्ड टू बी अलाइंड, यूज्ड टू बी द लर्नेड सोल। जैसा आप कह रहे हैं, आज के आर्किटेक्ट साइट पे जाए बिना ड्राइंग भेज देते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर बनाता है, लेबर बनाता है घर। तो ये एनर्जी सिस्टम बहुत डिफिकल्ट है मैनेज करना। आज आर्किटेक्ट जाके पुराने जमाने में, जैसे हमारे बीवी जोशी सर या गिरीश जोशी सर साइटों पे रात को टेंट लगा के सो जाते थे साइट पे, और 3 दिन तक उस जमीन पे रहते थे, क्योंकि वो घर को फील, उस जगह को फील करना चाहते थे। उसके बाद वहां बंगला बनाते थे। ऐसे आर्किटेक्ट हैं। 90% असिस्टेंट को भेज देते हैं, वो गूगल से फोटो खींच लेता है, व्हाट्सएप से डिजाइन भेज देते हैं। तो you are right, Sthapati's energies are very important. He is the part of the design, and his vibration also needs to be measured along with the customer and the client. और ये बहुत अच्छी बात आपने उठाई है, ये हमें करना चाहिए आर्किटेक्चर एजुकेशन में, सिखाना चाहिए कि कैसे मेजर करें, कनेक्ट करें।
तो मैं आज के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये पॉसिबल है, उसको कर सकते हैं क्या?
कर सकते हैं। हमारे पास लेकर एंटीना और जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है मैंने आपको दिखाए, उस इंस्ट्रूमेंट से हम मेजरमेंट कर सकते हैं आर्किटेक्ट का कि वो केपेबल है कि नहीं. तो a builder should first measure the architect and measure the client, and a builder should understand this. ये बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट करना चाहिए. हम बात करेंगे.
Sir, one question with respect to, yes sir, since from long time I am waiting for this to ask. Okay. Yeah, use of bamboos in the architectural design do have an effect on the electromagnetic radiations.
Yes.
It puts the radiations to some extent, right, sir?
We don't say radiations of electromagnetic in specific, but yes, natural building material which is bamboo, earth, thatch have their own component and strength and they are intuitive natural building materials. They have the strength to fight and reflect these energies. So definitely natural building material को अगर ढंग से यूज करें, उसको अर्थ करें और उसको ढंग, we understand the science, we can definitely reduce the radiations.
Have come up with the cultivation of these bamboos along with cow dung and husk to build up the huts. So that is the point which I wanted to ask for you regarding that.
बट ये 5G जो रेडिएशन है ना रूपा, 5G रेडिएशन आपके हट और आपकी मिट्टी को पेनिट्रेट कर देगा, लोहे को पेनिट्रेट कर देता है. तो ये नॉर्मल रेडिएशन के लिए अच्छा है, बट ये 5G 4G आप लड़ नहीं सकते. आपको ये शील्डिंग पेंट लगेगा ही, उसको अर्थ करना ही पड़ेगा, आपको ग्रेफाइट लगाना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि रेडिएशन इतनी ज्यादा पावरफुल है जो सैटेलाइट से कम्युनिकेट कर रही है. और आपके I don't want to go into the technology and physics of it, but they can cut the stone and they can cut the diamond also. They are so sharp.
Okay, thank you.
अपना मयंक, अपना हाई टेंशन पावर लाइन अगर घर के पास जाता है तो उसके लिए क्या रेमेडी है?
मैंने बताया ना आपको, यही है रेमेडी. पेंट है, शील्डिंग पेंट. देयर आर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ शील्डिंग पेंट्स. हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी का अलग है, हाई टेंशन है मतलब लो फ्रीक्वेंसी है. लो फ्रीक्वेंसी पेंट लगाओ. हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी लगता है जहाँ पे रेडियो वेव्स और मोबाइल टावर्स वाले वेव्स होते हैं, तो वो हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी के पेंट अलग आते हैं. और कई जगह दोनों हैं, तो ऐसे पेंट भी आते हैं जो हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी और लो फ्रीक्वेंसी दोनों को सेव करते हैं एक ही पेंट में, तो वो पेंट भी लगा सकते हैं.
और विंडोज के लिए
विंडो फिल्म और कर्टन, विंडो कर्टन फैब्रिक आती है, तो आप पर्दे बना दें. और अगर आप वॉल पे पर्दे और ये सब नहीं करना चाहते हैं, तो जैसे मच्छरदानी होती है ना, वैसे आप कैनोपी बना सकते हैं शील्डिंग फैब्रिक का. रात को सो जाओ, मोबाइल फोन बाहर रख दो, क्योंकि मोबाइल फोन अंदर बजेगा नहीं कैनोपी में. रात को सो जाओ, प्रोटेक्ट योरसेल्फ. लॉट ऑफ पेशेंट्स, लॉट ऑफ डॉक्टर्स हैव स्टैंडर्ड इलेक्ट्रोसेंसिटिव पीपल who have developed cancers, who are on the dying bed. उनकी इलेक्ट्रोसेंसिटिविटी के कारण वो घर में रह नहीं पा रहे हैं. हमने उनके लिए बेड कैनोपीज डिजाइन की हैं. वो बेड कैनोपी लगा के रात को सो जाते हैं शांति से, फोन बाहर रख देते हैं.
तो विंडोज के लिए है, विंडोज के लिए डायरेक्ट लगाने का, विंडोज ग्लास
के लिए फिल्म के लिए. बट मैं सजेस्ट करता हूँ कर्टन्स, क्योंकि फिल्म और उसमें हमारे वॉल में विंडोज के बीच में गैप रहती है, रेडिएशन घुस जाती है. आप कर्टन्स लगा दोगे, रेडिएशन पूरी शील्ड हो जाएगी.
कर्टन्स अवेलेबल है,
अवेलेबल है, उसको भी अर्थ करना पड़ता है. कर्टन्स और फैब्रिक, एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल व्हिच कैन यू ऑर्डर एंड यू विल गेट इट इन कपल ऑफ डेज.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
A transformer is basically high frequency, na?
Transformer is low frequency.
Transformer is high frequency.
Low frequency.
Low frequency.
Yes.
The high tension wire is also low frequency.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
सर एक क्वेश्चन आया है चैट लाइन पे.
Yes.
Radiations are endless from source side. जो भी रेडिएशंस घर में आएंगी पेंट वॉल को अब्सॉर्ब कर लेगा, बट हमारी बॉडी रेडिएशन से कैसे प्रोटेक्ट होगी? बिकॉज सोर्स साइड से तो एंडलेस वे में रेडिएशन है. क्लैरिफाई माय क्वेश्चन.
देखिए, दो तरीके हैं. मैं तो सबको कहता हूँ रेडिएशन से अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट कर नहीं सकते. आप शील्डिंग फैब्रिक शरीर पे पहन के घूम नहीं सकते. लाइक वो जो पीपीई किट होता है वैसा पहन लेंगे तो बच जाएंगे, बट वो पॉसिबल नहीं है आज की तारीख में. हमें इंटेंजिबल सॉल्यूशन जो मैंने ये आपको बताए, कुछ इस तरह के हमारे पास सॉल्यूशंस हैं, वो घर पे लगाइए जो वाइब्रेशन से आपको शील्ड नहीं करेंगे बट आपको स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाएंगे, आपकी इम्यूनिटी को बनाएंगे. These are all बायोरेजोनेंस रेमेडी. बट अगर आप सेंसिटिव हैं और आपको घर से रेडिएशन प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, आपका सर दुख रहा है, आपके स्पाइन में प्रॉब्लम है, आपके कंधे दुखते हैं, एंड यू हैव लॉट ऑफ issues you have identified with the building biologist and doctor that radiation is the problem, then go for this shielding canopy. At least 8-7 घंटे जब आप पलंग के अंदर सोएं तो आप रेडिएशन से बच जाएं. जब आप सोते हैं, जब आपको वाईफाई की जरूरत नहीं है, आपके बच्चों को जरूरत है, वो यूज कर देंगे. आप अपने पलंग की मच्छरदानी लगा लें शील्डिंग फैब्रिक की, और 8 घंटे सो जाएं, और ये 8 घंटे बच गए, 50% बैलेंस कर लिया, and you are happy and healthy according to me. Okay, तो ये
जीएस भी काटता है मयंक, मच्छरदानी जीएस काटता है.
मच्छरदानी जीएस काटता है, वो भी रेडिएशन है. यस, यू आर राइट, पूरी काट देता है वो. बट उसके लिए हमें लकड़ी का पलंग चाहिए, मेटल का पलंग नहीं चाहिए. लकड़ी के पलंग में मच्छरदानी लगाएंगे तो जियोपैथिक स्ट्रेस भी कट जाएगा.
अच्छा मयंक, आई वांटेड टू आस्क, ये how do you measure on the body that this person is affected by electromagnetic radiation or not, and what is the reading you can get?
See, there are electrostress meters.
Stress meter is not sufficient, no?
Ashok ji, what I'll do is I'll send you the biobiological references. बायोलॉजी की हमारी पूरी एक रीडिंग का चार्ट है, और इलेक्ट्रोस्ट्रेस मेजर जब करते हो इलेक्ट्रोस्ट्रेस मीटर से, जब आदमी हाथ लगाता है उस मीटर के ऊपर, और हमारे पास एक और प्रोडक्ट है विच इज कॉल्ड लाइफ एनर्जी मीटर. वो लाइफ एनर्जी मीटर से भी आप अगर अंगूठा लगा के चेक कर लेंगे ना, तो आपको मालूम पड़ेगा कि शरीर में कितना स्ट्रेस पुराना है, कितना नया है, और कितने स्ट्रेसेस ने ऑर्गन को डैमेज कर दिया इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक. आप उससे फिर आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं. देयर इज अनदर मशीन कॉल्ड बायो फीडबैक एनर्जी टेस्टर, उससे भी आप चेक कर सकते हैं. बट बेस्ट ऑप्शन है कि आप इलेक्ट्रोस्ट्रेस चेक कर लीजिए. ऑर्गन वाइज मत जाइए, क्योंकि ऑर्गन वाइज जाने में बहुत बायो एनर्जीज का नॉलेज लगता है. हार्ट में प्रॉब्लम है, ट्रिपल हीटर में प्रॉब्लम है, लंग्स में प्रॉब्लम है. देखिए सोल्यूशन सबका एक ही है, फील्डिंग कर दीजिए. जहां भी प्रॉब्लम होगी अपने आप चली जाएगी, वो ऑर्गन अपने आप जीवित हो जाएगा, उसमें प्राण शक्ति आ जाएगी.
तो बायोफीडबैक टेस्टर आई हैव.
यस, परफेक्ट, यूज इट. आई विल टेल यू हाउ टू यूज इट फॉर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशन. रेडियोनिक्स में बहुत सारे मशीन है. होता क्या है, हम इतनी डिटेल में जाने के बाद डिटेल में सॉल्यूशन नहीं पा पाते. हार्ट का सॉल्यूशन और लंग्स का सॉल्यूशन अलग अलग नहीं है, तो फिर फायदा क्या है. Okay, so I think I have tried to answer all of your questions and given you some insight of how modern architecture requires Vastu Shilpa Shastra. Vastu Shastra has to be respected, but in a transformed way, which we call building biology. Use the technology to counter the technology. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bye. It was a great.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Harji. Bye,
I would say.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really informative.
Thank you. Thank you,
Keep
sir.
up the, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Good to see you old faces. हम लोग आजकल ऑनलाइन ही मिलते हैं, ऑफलाइन मिल नहीं पा रहे हैं. We are trying to bring you again back to Pune, see each other, but COVID is not going and we are all suffering because of again technology. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.